Yo, how are we doing, everybody? So today, I'm doing a guide on the first challenge portal or Hall of Tribulation bosses, which are Bernard, Anihal, Shirley, and Orpheus. So we have to fight all four of them. They will be very difficult. They're different from before. Their stats are much higher. They do not have the same counters. They will not be using the same attacks as before. They will be using more than they were before. Like right there from Orpheus, you can see they're Screaming It Out, which deals a lot of damage. Screaming It Out is an ability that when he gets to critical HP, he will spam. If he has 3 BP, he will use 4 Screaming It Outs, and that can just absolutely devastate the entire team. So do make sure that when you get Orpheus to low, you just knock him out as fast as possible. Make that a priority. You need to knock him down. Don't let him buff everyone as well. Also, it's just nice having multiple specials. Like right here, I just used the Vanguard special, and I'm following that up with the White Mage special. The defense stacks, so we're going to be getting a lot of defense early on, so try to have those already set up before you go into this boss fight, and it will make things much easier for you. As for Shirley, she's probably the smallest threat. I think it's okay to like leave her around for a little bit, as she doesn't really do too much damage at first, especially because her abilities are luck based. So if you're really unlucky, she can actually do quite a bit of damage, but for the most part you don't need to worry about her. Now Anihal on the other side, or other hand, he will be using that acid ability, which is a defense drop to everyone. That is just a huge damage increase for the entire like enemy team there. So Anihal is definitely who I would suggest to go for after Orpheus. But in the meanwhile, do make sure you have a lot of ethers, as you're going to be having your MP stolen from you a lot. If you're using Spirit Master, you can also use the Spirit Summon, the Spirit Bringer, to get some MP back as well, which could really help out. If you're using Bastion, like personally I have the Shield Master, using Bastion, I think that is a very good strong tank. They're able to tank a lot of hits for the team, always using that Protect Ally on my low health teammates, and then also having access to Rampart. Rampart makes it so I just can't be hit by one physical ability, which is really nice. And then yeah, Godspeed Strike, we'll be seeing a lot of that from Bernard. So if your defenses are not quite there, you can just go through the whole team. So again, highly suggest that we at least have like a Shield Master here. Bold Gambit is what can make Shirley really bad. Personally, when I was doing this fight the first time, it never successfully went off. But if she gets the Bold Gambit, the entire enemy team will have max BP, and that can just be a game over right there. So unfortunately, that is completely luck based. So do be aware of that, because yeah, that can be very debilitating. If you're using White Mage subbing Spirit Master, you can actually use re-raise on the entire party, which is super strong, though do be aware that Bernard counters buffs, and yeah, he can take the re-raise from you, so that's definitely not the best, so do be aware. Personally, I'm willing to take that sacrifice. Getting re-raise on everyone's very useful. Tornado's Edge is very damaging normally, but as you can see against me, it only did 0 damage. I'm using the Typhoon Shield, which I've used in many of my guides. If it is wind or thunder type damage, we will just take 0 from that. So yeah, the Typhoon Shield, you can buy that in quite a few towns. I think Rheimdall is where you want to pick that up. But yeah, make sure that your Shield Master has that if you do decide to follow my example and use the Shield Master here. As for, yeah, Shirley, now that one of those teammates has been defeated, she's going to be attacking a bit more earnestly. The Real Elemental Wheel is her most powerful attack. It's still luck based, so if you're lucky, you know, she might hit elements that you resist, and she might only do it for a low number, but it can also go in the opposite direction, where she's hitting a normal spell that you don't resist, and she can hit it up to 10 times, so which can just absolutely devastate you. So very luck based. High Roller is also a very damaging attack she has. That just did 6k to my tank. You hate to see damage like that. I'm not entirely sure, and yeah, here we go. The Real Elemental Wheel hit me quite a bit harder this time. Thankfully, I already have re-raise on 2 of my party members, and I also have Noble Sacrifice on my White Mage. So I was able to bring back Elvis, even though he didn't have re-raise, and it brought him back with full HP. So he'll be able to use Protect Ally on both Gloria and Adele since they're at critical HP. So Elvis should be able to block everything coming out. Yeah, Supreme Volley, not going to do nothing. Tornado's Edge, again, 0 damage. That's just not something I need to worry about. And then also I do have Chivalrous Ally as well, which is just going to up my BP when I'm protecting my allies. So Elvis just generates so much BP being a max level Shield Master. Again, is why I highly suggest it. I also have a ability, a Shield Master ability, that increases my defense and magic defense for each BP that I have. So Elvis is able to take very reduced damage. So do be careful. Once the enemies have like just one of their allies defeated, they get counter any ability. Basically, all 4 of them get access to it, depending on how you tackle it. But yeah, counter any ability, doesn't matter which ability you use, the enemies will gain 1 BP. So there's not really anything you can do about that. You just need to be careful, make sure your defenses are out there, because literally anything you do can cause the enemies to gain BP and just flood you with attacks, which can just be way too much. Thankfully, I have a lot of damage here. If you're interested in the build I'm using, just ask in the comments down below. I will help you out. But yeah, that's my guide here. Peace.